what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Saturday, November 26th slate of NBA action. Man, I'm super excited to dive into it. Unfortunately, we do only have a 4-game slate on, so definitely not the best slate. And unfortunately, right now, we don't have a whole lot of lines at the time I'm recording this. I'm recording this about 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, and unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of lines. So you will, if I do end up adding any plays, which I more than likely will be, make sure that you guys do check out the pinned comment section and also check out my Twitter. I will be posting my added plays if I do end up having any in my pinned comment section and on my Twitter. So, but without any further ado, let's go. Before we dive into it, I did just want to go ahead and say we are still currently on the road to 9,000 subscribers. We're less than 400 away at this point at the time of recording this video. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. So much more than you guys will ever know. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into a quick recap as of yesterday. I think I'm forgetting something. And boom, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I am forgetting something. We got the shades on. We got the sunnies on. And if you guys are new around here, this means we ended up getting a clean sweep on the day, a clean 4-0 on the day, and man, we needed it in the worst way. We have had a pretty solid week overall, but we needed this sweep. We needed to be able to put on the sunnies. We've had too many close beats this week. We needed that full clean sweep. So we ended up going 4-0 as of yesterday. Really, really good day overall. Added 3.3 units to our bankroll. So if I helped you guys make some money, make sure you guys do hit that sub button. But let's go ahead and talk about the plays we did end up having. We had our kill shot play of the day, Jason Tatum over 28.5 points versus the Kings at minus 120. Really not too much of a sweat. Jason Tatum, he really got things going. He started in the first half, at the end of the first half, excuse me. He had 16 points, really got things going in the third, ended up dropping 30. So that one ended up working out for us. Then we did end up having RJ Barrett under 20.5 points versus Portland at minus 125. You want to talk about adding a gray hair to my head? This was one of them, because this was an absolutely insane sweat. RJ Barrett, this was looking pretty free. I'll be completely honest. This was looking like a no sweat whatsoever. Then, unfortunately, the game ends up going into overtime, and the game ends up, and RJ ends up finishing with 19 points right at the end of the game, just barely missing this over. So I would have been very upset if he ended up hitting it because of overtime. But hey, it is what it is. Then we did end up having the Pacers +3 here versus Brooklyn at minus 110. Brooklyn took control of the first half. The Brooklyn Nets were absolutely insane the first half. But then the Pacers really started to hang around. The Pacers really started to kick things up in the second half, and they didn't even need these 3 points. They said, nah, we don't need those. Let's go ahead and win this game outright, and they did just that. So now it ended up working out for us as well. Then for the final leg, my boy Lauri Markkanen, man, he has come through for us. He has seriously come through for us. But we took his over 20.5 versus Golden State Warriors at minus 115. He ends up cashing this with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Ends up getting in that last minute rotation and ends up getting a quick bucket. So that one ended up working out for us as well with a 4-0 clean sweep on the day. So before we go ahead and dive into our official plays of the day, just wanted to mention one more time, I will be adding a play more than likely. So make sure you guys do check out the pinned comment section and my Twitter, because there's one game that I love that I want to make a play for, but we have absolutely no lines up. So, but without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into our plays today. So for our Kings kill shot play of the day, in my opinion, the best value on the slate, we're taking Luka Doncic under 9.5 rebounds here versus Toronto at minus 135 odds. Now, this bet is currently minus 151 on Caesars. That's a pretty big plus expected value play. I think it's a really good spot here for Luka as well. He has gone under in 2 straight games, and he is 10-6 to the under on the year. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good sample size there, and he has gone under quite more often than not. Now, another key part is Fred VanVleet is going to be listed as questionable, and it seems like he is going to be playing. The only reason that he was out was due to an illness, and it looks like he's pretty much ready to go. So I think it's a pretty good spot for him to hop back into the swing of things. And if he does, we're going to see a lot of Luka Doncic on the perimeter, because Fred VanVleet is averaging 8.7 three-pointers attempted per game this year, and I think he's going to be absolutely chucking them from three. And I don't expect the Dallas Mavericks defense to switch up, like who's guarding Gary Trent, who's going to be guarding Fred VanVleet. Either way, both those guys love to shoot threes. I think we're going to see a lot of Luka Doncic on the perimeter, and I think this line's just a little bit too high. Also, in the last 7 games, Toronto has allowed the 4th fewest rebounds per game to opposing point guards, so they haven't really been giving up a lot of rebounds to that point guard position, but they haven't also given up very many rebounds to the teams in general. Toronto, in their last 3, have allowed the 2nd fewest rebounds per game to opposing teams. And not to mention, this team is one of the slowest paced teams in the entire NBA. They are 25th in pace this year. That speaks a lot of volume to me. I think it's a really good spot here to go ahead and take an under for Luka Doncic. Not something I would normally play. It's hard for me to bet at Luka under, but this one's, I see tons of value. So we're going to be riding with it for our kill shot play of the day. Luka Doncic under 9.5 rebounds here versus Toronto at minus 135 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we are going to be taking the Spurs plus 3.5 here versus the Lakers at minus 110 odds. I just got to be honest. This line makes no sense whatsoever. The Lakers, they are coming off of 2 wins here so far this year versus the San Antonio Spurs. And in those games, they won by 11 and 31 points. So they have smoked the San Antonio team. Why is this line shifting in favor of the Spurs after getting absolutely demolished by the Lakers in the last 2 games? Why? That's why I'm taking it, because the books know something. They want you to take the Lakers. We're not falling for that today. We are going to be taking the Spurs, and I'm assuming that we do end up hearing some injury news here for the Lakers. As we know, the Lakers are kind of an older team, and they're going to be on the second leg of a back-to-back. We could see some guys resting. I know that LeBron said basically that he is feeling good, that he's ready to play, but this could be a spot where we see him sit. We could see the coach just say, hey, let's just sit you out for this one. We're good, and I think it's a pretty good spot. Also, that's not just the only reason I like it, because, even though it doesn't make sense and stuff, there are some stats to back it up as well. The Spurs are 5-5 against the spread at home this year. Pretty decent home team. I know that the Spurs haven't been tremendous this year by any stretch of the imagination, but 5-5 against the spread is nothing to, shake your head about. I think it's a pretty good spot. Lakers are just 1-6 against the spread on the road too, so they are not a good road team whatsoever. They play so much better there in LA, and I think it's a really good spot to target here on the road here versus the Spurs. Second leg of a back-to-back. All these things kind of adding up. I think it's a really great spot. Also, this will be the third time, as I mentioned, that these teams do match up this year. I think we see tons of adjustments. I think we see a lot of different things being thrown at the Lakers, and the Spurs are going to eventually figure it out. So I think it's a pretty good spot. We're going to be riding with it for our second play of the day. Spurs plus 3.5 here versus the Lakers at minus 110 odds. Now, the other game that I really do like on this slate is the Thunder and the Houston Rockets. Both these teams are coming off of a back-to-back as well, but the over-under is set to 233. That's pretty high, and the spread is only 2.5. So they not only expect this game to stay close, but they expect it to be high scoring. So I see tons of value in this game. So here are some of my leans that I do like. I like Shea's over in literally whatever you want. If you want to take it in points, love it there. If you want to take it in assists, I think that's another good spot too. If you want to take it in PRAs, go for it. I think that that's another great spot. And same thing with Jalen Green on the flip side of the ball for the Houston Rockets. I like a lot of his overs. If I had to lean one specifically, I would say his points, because the OKC Thunder and the Houston Rockets are just not very good defensive teams. Also, I like Şengün over in rebounds. He's been killing that line. Whatever his line has been, he's been doing really good this year. I think he can hit the over again. I also do like Kevin Porter Jr. over in assists. He has been a very underrated facilitator here for this Houston Rockets offense, and I think that this is a pretty good spot, especially against a not great defensive Thunder team, excuse me. I also do like Giddey's over in PRAs. He's been very good. This is going to be a game where he can get every single stat. Like, he's going to be able to score. He's going to be able to get rebounds. He's going to be able to get assists. So I really do like his over in PRAs as well. So those are some of my leans, just in case, because I'm going to be adding something from that game. I'm just waiting for some of the lines to pop out. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, like I said, we're on the road to 9,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. If I helped you guys make some money, why not hit that sub button? Let me know how I helped you guys. But that is going to do it for me. This is King Sarah signing out. Peace.